back to the Girly Girl Bookworm. So today I have an unhaul for you. It's been a while since I've done one, and I've just kind of been like poking on my shelves, and I've been thinking about things that I have either read and I never want to read again, or books that I just kind of have lost interest in reading. So I've got a bunch of books that I'm either not going to continue, like I said, I'm not going to reread, or there's just lots of reasons. So I will just explain them to you instead of trying to pre-explain them to you. There's also a handful of books that I'm kind of like on the fence about. The ones that I'm on the fence about right now, there's one, and that is Dreaming and Chocolate by Susan Bishop Crispo. I don't know why. There's just something about this book. Like, whenever I see it, I'm like, am I really going to want to read that? But then I kind of save it because I'm like, there's hot chocolate. So I'm kind of saving this for winter, and kind of like, if I don't read it by winter, then it needs to go. I believe it's about a woman who runs a hot chocolate shop. Like, instead of a coffee shop, they sell hot chocolate. And I guess her daughter's request is that she gets back together with her birth father. So, like, she wants her parents to get back together, and I think it's their romance. I'm not too positive. I bought this off of Book Outlet, and I don't know, I'm hesitant. I'm iffy about it. So, you tell me. If you know anything about this, like if I should just get rid of it, please let me know. Or if you think I should keep it, let me know. Then the other ones kind of all go together. It's a particular author that I feel like I used to love a lot when I was younger, and now all of a sudden, like, every book I pick up of hers I cannot stand. So I don't know, and I get really torn because I feel like I just bought these, which is not true. I didn't just buy them, but I feel like I just bought them. But I have the Key trilogy by Nora Roberts, and it's Key of Light, Key of Knowledge, and Key of Valor. And they're in the type of covers of back of, like, when I kind of used to like her. Like, I loved her Bridal Quartet series. I loved her in Boonesboro series. The Calhoun Family, I don't remember what the series is specifically called. Loved those. And then I read the Cousin O'Dwyer series, and I hated it. There was a standalone book that I got, and I hated it. I Got the Liar, didn't really like it. What's the newest one that I'm thinking of? Shelter in Place, didn't like it. So, like, I'm like, did I just, like, grow out of her? Or, like, am I just, like, completely hitting a rock wall with her? So I've got this trilogy, and then I have another bind-up trilogy by her, and that is the Lovers and Dreamers trilogy. And it's got Daring to Dream, Holding the Dream, and Finding the Dream. So I don't know. They're, like, every time I, like, move to put them into my Unhaul pile, I take them back out. So I have no idea what I want to do with these. But now let's get to the books that I do know what I want to do with. And these are all going. So they're kind of in no particular order. There's some mixed in with, like, the ones that I've read versus the ones that I haven't read. They're all mixed in. So let's just get started. So I've got It's Always a Husband by Michelle Campbell. I wanted to really like this, and then I didn't really care for it. I found it to be okay. So I've kind of put myself on guard for reading her future books too, so I don't really feel like I need to keep this one on my shelf when it was just kind of okay. This is one that I have not read, and that is Kiss Mommy Goodbye by Joy Fielding. I don't know why, but every time I see this book, like, I always skim past it. I'm always like, should I read that? Like, no, I got other thrillers that I'm more interested in. I believe this was also, like, published in, like, the 80s. Yeah, 1981. So, like, not that there's anything necessarily wrong with a thriller in the 80s, but I feel like at this point, like, it's probably anything that happens in here is kind of cliche. It's about a woman and her husband kind of, like, takes their child. So, like, I don't know. I'm not exactly that interested in it. So, I think I'm going to get rid of it. Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter. I read this forever ago. I was really excited for it, and then I didn't really like it. And since then, I've seen, like, everybody raving about Karen Slaughter, and this is one of Shelby's favorites. So I was like, maybe I need to reread it. And then I picked it up one day, and I just looked at it and went, nah. So I think that means it's time to go. I got this book at my library a while ago, and that's Beware That Girl by Teresa Totten. I've heard nothing about it. I feel like there's other books out there that I'm just more interested in, and because I've got more books that I'm, like, genuinely interested in on my shelves, I always skip past this one, so it's just doing nothing but collecting dust on my shelf, so I think it might be time to go. This one I had bought last summer and I didn't read it. So then I was like, oh, I'm going to read it this summer, and didn't read it. And it's technically a 4th book in a companion series. So I feel like I would rather start with book 1. And I feel like I don't even really want to start at book 1. I was probably strictly keeping this because of the cover, to be honest. And that is Light in Summer by Mary McNear. I really wanted to love this because this cover is gorgeous. I love this dog and it's just really pretty. But then when I read the back, I'm just kind of like not wowed by it. Like there's nothing on it that's like screaming, I need to read this. I got it for like $1.50 at my like local library last year. So like it's not the end of the world that I didn't read it. I just feel like stupid that I haven't read it. And I just feel like it's just going to continue sitting there. About a Girl by Lindsay Kelk. I bought this at the beginning of the summer, really excited to read this trilogy, and then this one just like didn't do it for me. And so I've like kept it like, oh, I'll continue, I'll keep reading. And I went, are you really going to keep reading? Like, no, because in the back of my head, I'm always going to remember that I did not love this one like I wanted to. So I think that it's gonna go. I read The Gifted School by Bruce Halsinger, either at the end of August or beginning of September. I can't recall now. This is a really long book, and I did not really enjoy it. So, like, I'm definitely never going to reread this. So, it's going to go. It's been compared to Big Little Lies, and I can see that. It's just very, very slow, and I just not interested. Bridesmaids by Zara Stomley. You probably just saw that I reviewed this in my last 5 reads. Another book that I pre-ordered, I was really excited for it, and it just was a complete letdown, and I'm just not interested in keeping it, even though it's gorgeous. The Glittering Court by Rochelle Mead. I tried to read this. I got 52 pages in, and I'm just, it's not good. The storyline makes no sense, and I heard that the next books are just basically repeats of this one, so why would I want to do that to myself? I'm not interested. This book bothered me to no end. I gave this book either 1 or 2 stars. I just did not like it, and that is A Mother's Confession by Kelly Rimmer. There's domestic violence in here and things that just get completely condoned and bad parenting, and I did not like it, and I don't want it on my shelf. Which is sad because I've heard amazing things about that author, so I was really looking forward to that and just didn't like it. DC Trip by Sarah Dinacasa. I really did not like this. I was really looking forward to it. It had been on my TBR wish list forever, and I finally got it, and I got like 10 pages in, and this character was just, I knew she was going to bother me, so I just could not continue. Then another book that I DNF'd was The Defense by Steve Kavanaugh. Sorry, Minnie's walking downstairs. Patrick's with her. I don't know what's going on. This is the first book in the series. I don't even remember how many pages in, but it just, again, so slow. Wasn't liking the characters. It was let me tell you everything instead of showing you everything. There was nothing exciting about it whatsoever, so it's gonna go. Luckily, it was like $1.99 on Book Outlet, so it does not affect me at all. Most of these books, like almost all of these books, were either used books from the local library or Book Outlet, so I do not feel super guilty. The Book of the Month ones I feel a little bad about, but it is what it is. And speaking of Book of the Month, here's another one. The Whisper Man by Alex North. Everybody was talking about how scary this was, how creepy this was, and for some reason, for a scared cat as I am, I wasn't freaked out by it at all. So, like, I was freaked out. Like, I wouldn't want somebody whispering to my children in the middle of the night, but, like, it was another one that I felt like kept telling me the story instead of showing me the story. So I did not care for this, so I'm going to be donating this one. A while ago, I had done a Should I Continue This Series video, and you basically all told me to just get rid of them. So I do. I'm going to listen to you. There's only one that I kept, and that was the Three Dark Crowns first book in that series. The rest are going to go. So I'm getting rid of Dorothy Must Die by Danielle Page, Reign of Shadows by Sophie Jordan, I Hunt Killers by Barry Lyga, and Graceland by Kristen Kishore. And like I said in the video too, like I'm starting to notice that I probably don't remember anything that happened in these books anyway, so there's no point in me keeping them, because by the time I get to book 2, I'm really going to have no idea. I'm going to get rid of The Goodbye Days by Jeff Zentner. I've heard a lot of amazing things about this author, but I just feel like this would freak me out a little bit. It hits close to home in the sense of like this boy, he texts his friends and they all get in a car accident and they die and he blames himself. And I just feel like that, not that I've had that happen in my life, but that's something that could happen to anybody, and that's scary, and I don't like that, and I don't want to read it. Alright. I can't remember which ones of these I've read and which ones I haven't, but there's a combo, and they are all my Lisa Scottline books. She's an author that I feel like I buy because I always find her used and cheap, and I always have such a subpar like reading experience with them. She's very slow, she's very wordy, and I'm not a huge fan of her writing style. So why I feel like when I go to pick up a thriller, I never pick these up. I never think to pick them up. I just kind of skim right past that shelf. So I think that it's time for them to go. So I've got Save Me, Think Twice, Keep Quiet, Look Again, and Come Home. I want to say that I've read this one, and this one, and then these two are unread, but I'm not positive. So either way, I'm not going to keep them. I literally just bought this book, but then I immediately was like, I had bought this book in a day that I just like randomly bought a whole bunch of things without really thinking or caring because I was like stress purchasing. So it's going to go back. And that is Sunburn by Laura Lippman. I like tried to read the first page and I went, who am I kidding? And I paid like $1 for it. So it can go back. This one I feel a little bit bad about because I did buy this at Target. And that is First Comes Love by Emily Griffin. I read the Something Borrowed and Something Blue or something like that, those first two books, and I did not like them at all. So whenever I see this, I think about that, and then I never pick it up because I just have that in the back of my head. So it could be really, really good, but I have that in the back of my head. So unless somebody else can convince me otherwise why I should keep this, it's probably going to go. And then these two books, one I've read and one I haven't. These are the last two that I'm going to show you, and that is The Night the Lights Went Out by Karen White. I read this one. I found it to be okay. It was kind of slow. And then I also have Dreams of Falling, which I have not read, but I just feel like I have more things on my shelf that I'm more excited about than these. Well, than this one. So, and they don't match, and I don't know. So yeah, these are the books that I will be unhauling this season. Again, if you have any thoughts about any of these, please let me know, and I will see you guys really, really soon. Bye, everybody.